I haven't done a video on okra for quite a while, but because of the nerve damage, I've decided I spent the last couple of months researching through Google, online, other medical blogs to see if there was any other detox method that would work better. And nothing since 1995 works better than okra. Now, if you're really sick, the simplest way is to add at least 22 whole or chopped frozen okra to any soup you can tolerate, whether it's a vegetable or a chicken. If you're really sick, the best thing to do is just a soup that you can tolerate. And do that for 5 days. And after that, go on the Okra for Life smoothie. And I will type it up on this video as well, so that you could download the exact recipe. And if you have oxalate problems, just put in what you can tolerate. But okra is not high in oxalates, but kale is. And I do have kale in my smoothie. But you can eliminate kale and include water-soluble fiber, such as onions and garlic and grape tomatoes and ground chia. But one day at a time, keep a journal and develop what works for you. Now, this has been keeping me alive, not just alive, but reversed all the memory loss after 11 years I couldn't read or write, and restored amazing brain chemistry memory. And not just for me, but for hundreds of thousands of other people. And I don't know why it's still the world's best kept secret. There are doctors that know about it, but they're not publishing it. Anyway, don't get me started on that. It takes too long to talk about that silliness. It's on my website. But the smoothie I recommend is 34 sliced frozen okra. Now check them. Make sure there's no black dots, because that's mold. And make sure that it's from a reliable source and that the seed is white, not yellow. If it's yellow, it's already too old. Throw it out. And if you can tolerate the kale, make sure it's absolutely fresh. It has to have been picked 1 day ago or frozen. And it should be baby kale, not old. Because kale on day 3 develops oxalate toxic chemicals. Yes. Foods can be poisoning as well, not just the environment. And 10 baby carrots. Okra doesn't have to be organic because it will absorb pesticides, if any. It's the only food that traps completely and holds on to it and removes it from your brain all through your organs and your liver and your gallbladders and right through your system and flushes it out into the toilet. That's where you want the poisons to go. And 7 walnuts is what we use for heart health. And 1 apple, and core it because seeds have arsenic, and 1 fresh red bell pepper has 3 times the vitamin C of an orange. And if you can afford it, organic goji berries, but that's optional. They're very expensive. I used cranberries instead. 10 cranberries because they help your bladder and help to with bacteria, and 1 tablespoon of organic low-fat yogurt, and 1 cup of organic kefir, no additives, no sugar, no salt, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and 2 cups of filtered water, or distilled if you can get it. But never tap water and never mineral water. I'm not going to explain why right now. It's too complicated. But you don't need the mineral, or actually microscopic rocks, They're not helpful. And we don't digest microscopic rocks. We're not a plant. So it has to be a plant-based mineral supplements. If you need any, whether it's a B or a 12, make sure it's a plant-based supplement. I was on Jameson poisoning myself for decades. I didn't even realize that they were chemicals. There's so much we don't know and so much doctors don't get into, and they're not biochemists. Thank God for the biochemists that helped me. And mainly mine were from Japan. And just a minute, Dan, I'm in the middle of a video, okay? And one halibut liver oil, not cod, because it's extremely toxic. That's a suckerfish. And don't add fruit to your detox. They're acidic, and you don't want to mix that. You want to keep it as low acidic as possible. And you can have a separate fruit smoothie, that's okay. But never cooked fruit either, because you kill the vitamins in it. And what my mother did was she had the smoothie, okra smoothie, in the morning, and at night she would have porridge, organic oats, and 1 teaspoon of ground chia with cherries, because cherries help with gout. And these are just some samples. And in your diet, add water-soluble fiber like mushrooms, organic of course, onions, zucchinis, squash, bell peppers. Bell peppers, try not to cook them, just add them fresh if you can. And tofu is good if you can find it, but I couldn't find any that was tolerable and organic here. But if you can, it's 80% water. It's definitely water soluble. And grape tomatoes are less toxic in acids than the large ones. And I hope that helps, but sorry, it's really taken me such a long time to get media publicity on this. But now a woman has even come up with a cosmetic that's anti-aging with okra. So there's many, many, many benefits to okra, but not cooked and not in pills. God bless, and over and out. Just to add to this, Dan pointed out to me that because I now have low iron and my mother had iron issues, we add 25 pumpkin seeds because they're very, very high in water-soluble, easy-to-digest iron. And I'm now even on what they call, there is an iron that's called gentle, and it's easy to digest. So if you're having iron issues, add that. Okay, over and out.